Hi there, everyone. Welcome to another Writer's Rant, brought to you by Camille's Harem. Not just a podcast for novice writers by novice writers, but also a YouTube channel by novice writers for novice writers. Because writing is an adventure, it's more fun with friends. And today we are finally tackling head on the matter of shipping in our own creative writing. This will kick off a month-long series on shipping and all the good, bad, and ugly parts that it has and what it does to us as writers from a writer's perspective. And today we are doing something super special because it is our 100th episode. Okay, yeah, YouTube is strange in how it counts our videos, and we've technically already bypassed this number, but let's just say that we're starting afresh and that this is our official 100th episode. And for such a special occasion, we have not one or two, but four members of the Harem present today. Each of us is about to unload on the negative things shipping has done to many different stories and what it could do to us as writers. So, buckle up, folks, because it's not just me here, but we also have Nate, Camille, and Scott here in the study with us, and it's gonna be an awesome ride. All right, so this right here is my biggest rant and complaint when it comes to shipping. And this is something that I mentioned in like our very third video here on the channel. And it is that shipping has an absolute negative effect on our writing. And what I said is I said in that video that you would see authors taking these ideas of shipping that their followers have and try to incorporate it into the story against what the story's actually setting up. And really the biggest offender that I have seen to this to date is Star Wars. I will say that one of the things that really brought down the sequel trilogy for me was the Reylo ship. The very first of the new trilogy, The Force Awakens, I mean, it's set up pretty well that Kylo Ren is a complicated villain and that his interest in Rey has more to do with that she's a powerful Force user and that he's basically looking for some sort of validation, not so much a relationship. However, Rian Johnson takes that idea and turns it into a ship within The Last Jedi. And it's one of the most awkward parts of the movie, but it's stuck because people love their ships. And then that ship was then taken by J.J. Abrams, put into the movie, and once again, it was still just awkward. He came, like, canon was rewritten, new stuff was added in that made absolutely no sense. This Force diadem, what the heck is that? And it honestly helped to ruin the movies. Was it the only thing that brought the sequel trilogy down, in my opinion? No, there's much more that goes into it, but that is one of the glaring problems. And still, long after the premiere, I hear all this stuff about crazy Reylo fans attacking people, both physically and just through the internet and through Twitter. This is not okay. This is what happens when authors decide, yeah, I'm going to totally buy into a ship that has absolutely nothing to do with the story, and it corrupts the story, and it leads to this mess. That is one of the worst things that comes out of shipping.
Yes, well said.
Yeah, for me, one of the most frustrating aspects of shipping is just the pandering that you see a lot of the times. The ship that is the biggest offender of this is the Bumblebee ship in Ruby Volume 7. Just because it's like, just because this ship exists doesn't mean, like, that you need to start throwing it at your fans because your fans like it doesn't mean, that doesn't give you the excuse to not cover the rules of shipping. And if you haven't listened to our episode, if you haven't listened to it yet, listen to our episode on our podcast called The Rules of Shipping, where we go over our 10 commandments of shipping. And these are just kind of basic things you need to do to write a good ship. And when authors or writers or showrunners start pandering to the audience because, hey, sex sells, then it just comes to a point in which, like, you're no longer writing good character moments. You're just, like, ship baiting, and you're only going to be, like, dragging your show down with it. And we see that with Bumblebee. And it's like, I have nothing against Bumblebee ships, but that ship was so poorly handled because of
the pandering.
Because of pandering.
Yep. Amen.
Amen, brother. All right, I'll go. Mine actually kind of bleeds into that one a little bit, is like in regards to the shippers themselves. That gets so focused on their ship, and I'm talking about, in this regard, non-canon ships, get so focused on like why their ship is the best, and it has to be canon. There's no way that it couldn't be. That they become so toxic with other people that don't share the same opinions as theirs. So my big grievance is like when it comes down to it, if it's not canon, then it really doesn't hold much weight. You can ship whatever the hell you want. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if it's not canon, then you're really just out there with everyone else in their non-canon ships, and that's okay. It's okay to be a freaking weenie, just like everyone else who didn't get their canon ship.
Totally is.
Yeah.
And Scott?
Yeah. My rant has to do with how ships can bleed into reality, in a sense. We get these expectations based on ships, how a relationship is supposed to end up, how the different parts of that relationship are supposed to end up. And it drives me nuts when I see characters that aren't equal in some matter, that aren't on the same playing field, like having to like get together. And I hate seeing ones where, like, for example, you've got a guy who's an underslob and a girl that's like this strong female character, and the slob's just there to counterpoint the female character, and it can go any direction. It can be either way. The guy can be the perfect princely character and the girl's not that good, or
Right.
however you want to do it. It's just, I hate seeing ones where, I mean, the characters aren't like that, and then you get these ships that like just keep happening over and over and over again. It's so much a trope, and it's used so much anymore. You see it over and over again. It puts real life expectations, like that unconscious bias that people end up building based off of these ships that they see, that they're like, oh, I don't want to date this guy because all of the media I see says guys are absolute slobs, or
Just
I as a guy
yeah.
don't want to marry a girl because I don't want to like go out with somebody who's a bitch, basically.
Yeah, or it's
Right.
because it's like, you know, yeah, you see like men being portrayed as like either slobs, but you also see women being portrayed as like these like snarky holes. But it's like, oh shoot,
Right.
this is on YouTube, we can't. I'll bleep that out.
Whoopsie.
but like it sets up unreal expectations. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of, and Scott, right, we said right there, like, just now to like turn our rants into a little bit of a quick discussion, that is one of the things that is unfortunately, like, it causes the most pain within all different fan bases, that what you ship, your expectations, bleeds into some kind of reality, whether it now is that you begin to perceive romance along the lines of your favorite ship, or that you begin to berate others in real life because they don't ship the same people like you do. That is not okay. We need to be focused on our own relationships and making sure that those are healthy. One of the things I've seen is that so many people try to live vicariously through fictional characters. Don't do that. Enjoy the fiction that you see. Enjoy your actual life to the best that you can. And shipping is just one of those neat little fantasies that you can enjoy on the side. And that's going to do it for now. We have a lot more to say on shipping over at our podcast, and we'll have other videos coming out soon about all different kinds of ships and what they mean for individual stories. If you want to be notified for when those come out, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And of course, if you like this video, please tell us. And in the meantime, feel free to pursue our podcast, subreddit, and Pinterest for more writing insights and goodness. Links to those sites are in the description below. And until the next video, y'all, tschüss.